Hi everyone, welcome to Tina's Crafty Ink Spot. Today I wanted to do a tutorial on glittered stained glass. It used to be a really popular technique, at least it is with me because I love it during the holidays. I'm having a class on this tomorrow, but my capacity filled up, so I promised some people I'd make a video. On this video, I'm going to show you how. I don't know if this is going to show in the light very well, but it's a window sheet and it's glittered. Oh, it's hard to show in the light, but it's a glittered background and it looks like stained glass. There's several different ways you can do it, so I wanted to show you how to do that. This is just another one. There you can see the glitter a little bit more. And this one, I had a fupa, but I ended up cutting out, doing a die cut of it, and I think it came out really cute. The set that I'm using today is going to be released in the holiday catalog, which demonstrators can order now. Customers will be able to start ordering next month. You're going to love this catalog. I wish there was like an item number right on the cover of it and we could just say yes, all of it. So what we're going to use today is I'm going to show you two different ways, actually almost three different ways to do this technique. And one of the items I'm using is out of the Peaceful Poinsettia. This is in the new holiday catalog, and it comes with an amazing set of dies. A really detailed poinsettia. Oh, love. And I'll be able to do another technique with that one on glitter painting. So we've got that one today. And the main one we're using here is called Falling for Leaves. It's got these beautiful fall flowers and leaves. It also comes with a coordinating die set. Look at the detail in that. Love. Okay, so I'm just going to jump right into it. I did try to do a live video, and, well, those that know me know I shouldn't do live video. So what I want to start with is I'm going to start with the poinsettia one. And all I did is stamp in archival ink, black archival, onto a piece of window sheet. I suggest using archival. I've tried Memento. Either archival or StazOn gives it a solid, won't smear. I also suggest absolutely use your Stamparatus. When you're stamping on window sheets, it's slippery. With the Stamparatus, you can get your stamp straight down on it and back up without it shifting because it's slippery. On the other window sheet, this one I've already die cut out, I heat embossed gold on it. You can heat emboss window sheet, you just have to be really careful, really slow, because it will warp. If you're going to do this a lot where you like embossing on it, I would suggest getting, other than just regular window sheet, which works great, you just have to be a little more careful and do it slowly so that you don't warp your window sheet. They do have a heat resistant acetate window sheet out there. It's by Hot Off the Press. Since I do this technique a lot and I needed to create a lot for my class tomorrow, I did get the heat resistant one. So let's start with the first way. And we're going to start with the poinsettia. And this one I call glitter painting. And what you're going to need, we used to have a product that was a crystal lacquer. It was called Crystal Effects. They no longer have it, and it was great for this technique. But what I did find is you can use the fine tip glue pen, or if you have any clear glue. that, you know, stays wet for a second. I find this fine tip glue works perfect. So what I did on this one, we're going to paint. So what you want to do is on the opposite side that you've stamped is where you'll be doing your painting. So we'll set that there. And we're basically just going to be using some reds and greens. So I use a piece of wax paper. It's easy, you can just crumple it up, throw it away. Or if you have non-stick sheets, you can use that. Or if you have, oh, I don't have one here, your rubber mat that you use with your glue gun, because it'll just wipe right off. I find wax paper's the easiest. And then I go to the dollar store and I buy these cheap, it's like a package of 20 for $1 of these cheap paint brushes. It doesn't add, you're not doing anything super detailed that you need a really good brush. And once you use it, unless you're able to get the glue off it right away, it's no good anymore anyway. So we're going to start. I want to use the new Shaded Spruce, which is a beautiful green, and the lovely lipstick. So to paint, oh, I hope I didn't, okay, so I'm going to put, oh, I forgot, I think I had the lid off, now it's clogged up. Oh, bear with me. Bear with me. See, I told you, if we do video, it's got to go wrong, right? So, you're going to put a little pile of glue. You don't need a lot. Maybe half the size of a dime, because it's going to go a long ways. And we're going to put 1 drop of green re-inker. And 1 drop of the lovely lipstick. Okay, that didn't go in very well. Okay, so I did 2 drops. See how I am? And now, I usually just take a couple toothpicks. If you don't have little paintbrushes, you can actually use toothpicks to paint. Just stir it up a little. Oh, that's a sad little toothpick, isn't it? Look at that green. Oh, I wish it showed on camera better. I guess my light doesn't... I'm using my webcam, so it's a little difficult. So we're going to start with our red. I'm just going to paint inside your line. If you're going to die cut your image, you don't really need to be really precise. Look at that red. I hope it shows on camera how bright and vibrant this red is. Oh, see, I'm not even staying in the line, but try to get you a little. Because eventually what I'm going to do when I make a card with this one is I'm going to fussy cut it out, because I like to pop up the images so that the glitter shines through in the light, and it just is okay. So let's get our little berries here. On the back side of it, your stamped image is going to hide a little bit of your flaws, but you'll see when it's done, it's not. Okay, so I'm going to get another brush. Let's do some of these green leaves. Look at those. I guess I could have picked a little bit smaller image, but I wanted you to see. Grab my red, I missed my little berry. And then once you have, it stays wet for quite a while. But when we add the glitter, it tends to set it. I'll show you when I hit the glitter. We're about there. Okay, what I did, I'm going to bring in my, I don't know if everybody remembers these embossing and glitter trays. I'm going to set my image in there. What I have here is I put my dazzling diamonds in this little applicator. Let's see if it'll show up on camera for you. But this way I can control and just kind of spritz my glitter on. It just brushes it on. Cover your whole image. And then tap it off. And you can see where, see? Let's see if it'll show better on the white. No, it actually shows better on the black, doesn't it? So there's your stained glass poinsettia. So I'm going to set that aside, let it dry. It will be a little bit tacky. So just set them aside. If you miss spots, just hit it with your glitter. It does help set it. And then after it's set, I'll brush off all the extras. So I'm going to set that aside. And I'm going to show you another way to do it. With this one, oh, I forgot to cut another leaf. What I did was I take 2 leaves like this and just put your glue directly on your project. When you do it this way, I would suggest, I don't wear gloves very often, I just get full of ink, but it can get messy. So all I'm doing is putting my fine tip glue all over my image. I don't know if anybody else, it's even with my glasses on, I can't ever get this in the, okay. Well, I'm going to do it because I don't want it to clog. There we go. And then what you're going to do is take the colors you like, and on these, what I did is I chose different, like this one's got a little bit of green and orange and golds. This one's more just the oranges. And then I did some real small leaves. These I embossed in copper, which the copper embossing versus the gold is stunning. But I love copper anyway. So I'm going to take a little bit of crushed curry. And of course, pumpkin pie, which is like a staple. And a little bit of Cajun craze. What I'm going to do is just put a couple random drops on the image. And this one is our crushed curry, which I know I want a little more yellows. This kind of reminds me of when you do, what is the technique? Shaving cream technique. And now we're going to add some of the oranges. And you can get several leaves out of this. Normally what I would do is have another die cut leaf like this, and since it's clear, I've lost it on the workspace. But what I'm going to do, and I am going to slide my non-stick under there. That way, because it's going to stick. Take your second image and smush. And you see it randomly adds the color. And I should get tweezers. I'm going to get tweezers. Pardon me. It would work with this too. You can actually just make it and then die cut whatever image you want out of it. So I'm going to tap off a little of that and then hit it with the glitter. Oh, okay, party foul. That fell, of course, glue side down. Oh, it didn't mess it up because it had glitter on it. See? And then you end up, it's really hard to show in the, I'm going to grab a baby wipe. Get a little bit on the back, on the front side. I want to wipe off so that my gold will show through easier. And there you go. You've got a beautiful, I don't know if I can get that to show up, stained glass. I'm going to add a little glitter more glitter, really. And you end up with a stained glass leaf. And you set it aside, let it dry. And like I said with this one, and you've already got some ink on your nonstick, you can make several. Like I said, it's kind of like the shaving cream technique where you can just keep adding your papers and creating. So what I would do with this one is I'm going to go ahead and glitter it because I will die cut an image out of it. Probably some smaller leaves. I started putting my, oh, and I got ink everywhere. I started putting my glitter in these about the time I dropped an entire container of dazzling diamonds on the floor. So this way I don't lose. I mean, my house is covered in glitter during the holidays anyway, so. But look at that. Let's see if I can get it on a white background for you. So I don't know if you can see it. It just adds. And if you wanted more color, you can always dip it back in. Add some more highlights to it. And then just glitter it again. And you end up with this beautiful stained glass. So those are basically 3 ways to do it. Wait, did I do 2 or 3? Because there was a third way. You can paint it on, you can smush it, or you can just do an individual one. And there you go. I will put the different ways to do this and the supplies needed on my blog along with this video. And I hope you enjoyed it. So we have our little poinsettia and some fall leaves. I really like the painted one. And that's all we got today. Have a happy stamping day.